Okay. A moment ago, if I understood him correctly, Wolfgang suggested that, and I think he was speaking tongue-in-cheek, but that the artist isn't really under an obligation to provide meaning, but just to open up new horizons, which implies, I guess, that it's up to the philosopher or someone else to generate meanings for us.
Not tongue-in-cheek, this was quoting Heidegger.
Well, I was wondering, I was wondering, Pierre, what you make of that distinction. Is the artist under some kind of lesser obligation to make sense?
I wouldn't say that. I think that he should be allowed to make more than sense. I mean, there are several senses. But sense is a very important thing. I mean, meaning is a very important element. To me, meaning is not contained within the work. It's rather like a fluid that floats around everything. You know? We're in meaning already. I mean, even before it starts. So there's no escaping from meaning completely. You're always in meaning, and even when you don't want to mean, it's a meaningful act. So, does that answer your question? No,
yeah,
it doesn't.
I could agree with that. What Heidegger meant certainly was the truth question, also to bring the meaning of the artist into a constructed field. So you can have the references and so on, and it does not stay vague anymore. So it has this body of knowledge to it, and that is not what an artist has to do. Like Plato said, the poet are lying the truth.
Yes.
They have some truth in it, and meaning to it, but it's not their intention, because otherwise they would kind of restrict their way of playing and opening up and don't care for the moment. But certainly in general, meaningless art, why should we care? You know, so there is no care possible. Even Dada has certainly meaning, a lot of meaning. It's just no direct meaning. It's meaning which is indirect.
And also, I don't know if it's in agreement with what you said, but to me, the question of the truth is really never occurs. It's not so much a matter of meaning as truth or truth of meaning as simply the way meaning looks or appears, you know, and the specific kind of meaning or forms of meaning that a work brings. That's what counts to me, rather than to say, you know, does it have to do with truth, and where is truth? Is it outside, inside, or somewhere else?
Yeah, but truth, again, when we are not thinking in this correspondence truth, but in the Heideggerian interplay of revealing and concealing.
Right.
That is something which you are engaging.
Exactly. In this sense, yes, that's central. Right.
Yeah, please.
Two kind of process questions. The first is the images that you used in the last one, the Australian one. Were the images that you had found that you already had, or did you specifically go to seek those images to go with your work?
No, I don't think there's a single shot that I made on purpose for the film. They were all random material. You know. There was even, for instance, the whole sequence where you see this road in the forest, you know, in dusk, is it? No? Yeah. They were taken by my girlfriend at the time, who was in Romania, and I used it. You know. So it's not. No, I didn't shoot thinking of the film. I made the film out of all kinds of pieces, selecting little by little and eliminating,
right.
and yeah.
The second question that I had was, what's the difference for your process from doing your own work or doing, as you did Kevin Nolan's work? How is that different for you?
Oh, you mean the translation?
Yeah.
Kevin Nolan, he did the translation of the first act I read. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Or you mean the sculptor, Jacques Julien?
The sculptor.
Oh, the sculptor. So I love to work with someone because but it's difficult to explain why. First of all, it makes things lighter. You don't feel like you have the weight of your own, you know, meaning weighing over you, and also it gives the occasion of encountering forms that you would never anticipate, and that you know react or act with your own in an unpredictable way. So it's really usually it's very exciting, and especially since we never work in agreement. I mean, we never say we're going to do this, and I think you should do this, and you should do that. It's never like that. It's always a kind of like playing cards. You know, I put this, and what do you put? So that's this. Okay, then I do this, and then you do that. So it's a game really, like, of exchanging things that are not predictable.
Who's winning?
Hmm?
A game with no winner, or the only winner.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly the thematic of the DVD. Actually, it's all around games and sports and things, but it's all about failing when you about being the loser. You know, there's no winner at all, never. So that the game never ends.
Monsieur?
I was fascinated by the scene with the children interacting with the camera.
Oh yeah.
And I'm wondering how this came about, and if beyond that, what we see was the relationship between...
No,
or how this
it's a
came
completely
about.
chance thing. It's a completely chance. It's actually it's a how do you say shoot? It's you know, unused material of some other thing. So no, it's.
You have been very lucky with this shot. It was a very
Yes,
very revealing,
yes.
unconcealed.
Especially since they're always trying to getting out or in the frame. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
And they look so much like, well,
Like
it doesn't, like Jacques and myself.
Ah.
How much of an influence, if any at all, was Jean-Francois Lyotard in this? You talked about gaming, and you talked about the relationship of image and sound. And
I never thought of it actually, but no, I don't know.
That's a question you should never ask a French philosopher or artist.
No, why not? I did read some of his work long ago, but it doesn't ring a bell, so to speak. But
you know, you've just been in the English translation.
Of the Kevin Nolan thing?
Yeah, there was a reference to just gaming.
Oh yeah.
Books, so.
Oh yeah, it could be his intent. He put so much in this translation that I had not thought of. You know, he could have put Lyotard without my knowing it. Yeah, it's possible. No, but the game business is simply the interest of what is the interest of a game with no competition. I think that's the central, really, model, sort of formal model for our collaboration and work. You know.
Yeah, the interest is that the content becomes suddenly important and not the rules and the outcome oder so etwas.
Right.
Sondern what you find, the finds. No?
Yeah.
Das ist the...
Separate from the reading, from the voicing of